So everybody got a problem with Nick Cannon going around spreading his seed all around town, but ain't nobody got a problem with Miss Fertile Myrtle, aka Miss Keke Wyatt. Can we talk about it? I got a problem with that. Let's talk about it.
Do what I said. Don't make me have to beg. Make sure that I am fed. You know this hit is the best. Yeah. Telling all his friends that I am a super freak. Bitch, I'm classy outside, but I hoe up in them sheets. He ain't never in his life met a woman like me. Better know it damn right, cause her name is She, nigga.
Okay, so y'all some fucking hypocrites. Hypocrites. Y'all some fucking hypocrites. That need to be a new fucking song. I do need a song called fucking hypocrites, okay? And let that literally be the fucking title. Fucking hypocrites, because okay. Let's just go ahead with the go ahead. So let me go ahead and bring up this motherfucking screen so we could get into the fine details of what I'm over here sitting here pissed about, okay? Because I don't understand. I don't understand with this selective outrage and this selective hate. Okay. Now, if y'all don't know what the fuck I'm talking about the woman that is on screen who happens to be who? None other than Miss Keke fucking Wyatt. Okay. Miss Keke Wyatt, who was pregnant with what? Her 100th child. Okay, I'm scrolling on the shade room and it says, "Congrats." Keke Wyatt announces she's expecting another bundle of joy. Okay. Caption reads, "My husband, Zachariah David Daring, and I are proud to announce that our family will be adding a +1 to the Wyatt brunch. Hashtag trusting God, hashtag baby Daring, hashtag the Wyatt bunch, hashtag family, hashtag Kiki's kids." Right. Okay. So let's go through some of these comments. Okay. So it says, "I want someone this fertile trying to build a football team. This is what I imagine when people ask me how many kids I want." Carly Red left a bunch of hearts. Superstar C, whoever the fuck that is, said, "Now this is the definition of be fruitful and multiply." Somebody says, "Her womb is blessed." Somebody said, "The Lord be fruitful and multiply, Kiki." Somebody says she has a different type of patience. Another person says, "All these babies," and she still looks so good. Okay. And I have a problem with all of that. I do. I do. I do. I mean, if I had the time, I would pull up a Nick Cannon post right now to further prove my point, but I'm not going to because y'all already know. Y'all have been giving Nick motherfucking Cannon, okay? Y'all have been giving Mr. Nickelodeon at Night hell because he's having so many kids every couple of months. Every couple of months, he's announcing a new kid and another person pregnant. Not granted, we're gonna state the obvious and we're gonna get it out the fucking way, okay? Clearly, this is Keke with what? Oh, she's on her what, third, fourth, fifth, sixth husband at this point. Okay, maybe it's not much of a difference, right? Okay, but maybe since it's the same womb that's producing, okay, maybe that's why y'all don't give a fuck. I don't know. But Keke is in a relationship with a man, okay, and she's pictured with all her kids. Whereas we have a Nick Cannon that seems to be, leaving a lot of fatherless homes around town. He's dropping off his seed, having these babies, and then we don't ever hear from the baby mamas again, unlike a Tristan Thompson or a Future. I'm just saying, but nobody wants to point that out, but okay. Okay, so what's the fucking difference? Other than the obvious differences that I said, what the fuck is the difference? Okay, because you could go to any Nick Cannon post right now. Go. I challenge you. Go to any Nick Cannon post right now and look at the comments, and they're all like, "Oh my God, he needs to stop. He needs to wrap it up. Cut his dick off. He's having way too many fucking kids. Who cares if Nick has some money? Who cares if he's Nick at night and has all these jobs? He ain't gonna be having time to spend with the kid." Like, y'all saying all of this shit. But like I just read in the Shade Room comments, when it comes to Miss Keke, Miss Keke Wyatt, to be clear, okay, because we've never known Miss Keke Wyatt to be like Keke Palmer, to keep a job, okay, to support all of these kids. Okay, can we bring that into the conversation? At least Nick is supporting. Okay, at least Nick has several jobs. We've never known Keke to do anything other than sing that one same song. But for whatever reason, everybody's going up for Keke and her womb. And oh my God. And don't get me wrong, kids are precious, but this ain't about the kid. Well, it is about the kid. But we're not talking about children here. So don't confuse words and don't try to take it somewhere else. And no. No, 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 no. What is the difference between a Keke and a Nick Cannon? What is the difference? Both are having multiple children. So whether it's multiple different kids in different houses or multiple kids in one house, they're having multiple fucking children. And so to me, that says, okay, that's multiple, you know, different kids that need to be fed. You know, that's a lot of money that's being spread around. You know, that's a lot of attention that needs to be spread around. You know what I'm saying? Because don't matter whether you got 10 kids all over the neighborhood, you got 10 kids in one house, that's still 10 kids that need attention. And if you got 9 other kids that you splitting that attention with, plus a husband, plus a spouse, that's my problem there. That's my fucking problem. And I'm so glad I'm back. I'm so glad that I'm adding my opinion to, you know, like to the line of fire. And I'm so glad that I now, you know, am bringing up a platform for me to be able to speak, you know, what it is that I feel, because I feel like so often I just be on an island all by myself, you know, with me, my thoughts and my opinions. And it's just like, don't nobody see this shit? I'm the only one. Because it's ridiculous to me. If it's ridiculous for Nick Cannon, it's ridiculous for her. And I almost said this bitch, but she's with child, so I don't want to miss me. Protect Black women tribe. Miss me. But I just want to know the difference. I just want to know the difference. I just want to know the difference. Okay, because when it comes to Nick Cannon, we yell and we scream and fuck the money, and it's about the attention. It's all of this, that, and the third. Okay, so what is it for Keke? Is it because her kids are all different ages and they're a little bit more spread out? Like, what excuse are we gonna go with? Please tell me. Because I'm confused and I want to know. So what excuse are we going with for Keke? Because in my mind, I automatically go to the fact that, oh, it's a woman. Okay. And because we live in a patriarchy where, yeah, men have fucked up a lot of things. And yeah, patriarchy is being destroyed as I predicted that it would be. Give it a few more years. Things are going to be a lot more balanced and a lot more equal and a lot more, you know, feminine, positive energy. Okay. But yes, I understand we live in a patriarchy where men have fucked up a lot of things. But also what comes with that is you have a lot of women, or, you know, because we love to talk about a male identified motherfucker, you know, where men can't do no wrong and this, that, and the third. But let's talk about the other flip side of that. You know, the whole niggas ain't shit demographic, because I feel like that's the demographic that is uplifting Keke right now. That same demographic that's probably just happy that a bitch is pregnant. You know, the same demographic that's like, I just want to be a mother. Not, I want to raise my child in a healthy household, in a 2-parent home. And see, listen, me personally, and we'll dive deeper, because see, I'm trying to keep it light and keep it more so about everybody else with, you know, these topics, and let's talk about it. But let's start there. We can dive deeper into me. Okay. My Storytime podcast, let's start there. That's coming soon. But I will say that I personally, yes, I consider myself traditional, submissive. And I know even when you say that now in 2022, it's like, whose tradition are you basing that on? Whose values and all of that? Okay, but in the senses of the words that y'all know it, that's me. That's me. So I'm not saying that everybody needs to have a 2-parent household necessarily. Like it has to be a man and a woman. I mean, listen, trans woman here talking. Okay. So I'm not saying that it has to be one male, one woman, but there needs to be some sort of community. And that community cannot consist of other kids that are stepping in to help you raise the kid, to help you raise the child. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's that same demographic that does not care about, and it's crazy because it's like, even as I'm trying to explain it in my head right now, I'm just like, and that still doesn't make sense, because it's like the same people that go up for women that just want to be a mother and have a baby are the same people that's mad at Nick Cannon. Make that make sense? It's like, what kind of jaded bullshit has men put you through that you just can't see where a woman can do wrong? I'm not counting Keke's pockets, but this seems like a move that would be wrong. Just for any human being. And this has nothing to do with Keke personally. No, beautiful family, nothing to do with her. Okay, beautiful gowns, beautiful dresses. But this has to do with people, period. It's like, after how many kids does it start to become selfish? Right? And see, me bringing up that tribe of women who just want kids and don't think about everything else that it takes to raise a kid, and this, that, and a third. And I guess you could bring in the no shit niggas too as well. You know, the deadbeats, all of that. Okay, I'm talking to all y'all, right? That whole demographic. I feel like nobody ever thinks about the children, right? Everything is so selfish. And this is really why I'm back. This is really why I'm glad to have a platform where I can, again, be able to speak up about certain topics because for the last 2 years, I worked on myself. I dealt with my trauma. I helped, hundreds of other people deal with their trauma through, alignment therapy sessions and diving deep into their trauma. And I've realized so much and learned so much about the human psyche and just psychologically we're fucked up as humans, not just as black people, not just as, people that live in a hood or whatever fucking, stereotype or trauma you want to attach to it. No, as humans, we are fucked up. And there is a lot of reprogramming that needs to be done, especially with black people. And I say especially because I'm black. Okay, so I live the black experience, right? And we don't ever think about the child. Okay. And again, I'm someone who has been on the other side, as a quote unquote therapist, as a light worker, as a psychic that has helped grown ass adults, even motherfuckers in their 70s through their trauma. And over the last few years, what kept nagging at me was how do you get here? How do you get here? Right? Especially as I took a look at my own life and I'm trying to figure out and sort through my own traumas and why I am the way that I am and making the necessary changes that I want to see from my life. And I'm doing all of this shit. It's just like you have to ask yourself, how do you get here as a human being? Especially at that big age, depending on some of the people that you may run into with undealt trauma. And then you realize that for everyone, there's a common thread and a common denominator. The common answer is childhood trauma. And it stems from, the environment that you're raised in. However that looks, it stems from that, whether or not you feel like you got enough attention, whether or not your parents were there, whether or not they were neglectful, whether or not they were abusive mentally, emotionally, physically, whether or not they were narcissists, whether or not they gaslit you, all of this deep shit starts coming up. But you realize that for every single human being on this earth, the one thing that connects all of us is childhood trauma in one form or another. One form or another. And that's why I love astrology. That's why I love spirituality, because you realize that we really are all connected. Like, y'all sit up on social media and y'all talk about, oh, I would never date a Scorpio because they're like this, or I'll never date a Taurus because they're like that. And it's just like, hello, stupid. Like, there are more than 12 fucking, well, now I'm stupid. There's more than just your sun sign, is basically what I'm saying, right? And when I would do my therapy sessions, this is what I would tell my clients. Like, you are more than just the sign that you were born under. Like, we all actually have all 12 different signs within us. Then it gets super complicated and you have housing systems and this, that, and a third. But my point is that we are all connected in some type of way, right? Everybody has pain. Everybody has trauma, and everything stems from childhood. Some people were beat up and bullied as a kid. Some people were poor as a kid. Again, some people felt neglected as a kid. Some people were, felt pressured because they had to be the star of their family as a kid. Like, regardless of what it is, it stems from the environment that you were born into, right? And saying all of that, whether we're talking about a Nick Cannon or talking about a Keke Wyatt, at what point does it become selfish if you have these adults running around that just want a kid but aren't thinking about X, Y, and Z? That's why you'll hear me and a lot of my videos recently, I speak about, these situations where everybody's like, oh, Tristan's a bad person because he's having a kid and he doesn't want to be there for the kid. But it's just like, what about the person who gave Tristan access? Tristan wouldn't have been able to make a kid or help a person make a kid had that person not given them access. Was pregnancy not a thought or a concern beforehand? And then this is also someone who spent 9 months, deciding to have this baby. So you had 9 months to make a decision, and miss me with the whole my body, my protective. Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Every day, people are making these choices based off of what it is that they want, right? You see people be like, oh, well, my mother got through it. My mother struggled and this, that, and a third, because we wear pain and trauma as a fucking badge of honor, right? So it's just like, it's like, because it's like, now I'm contradicting myself, because it's almost like it's not that people aren't thinking about trauma. It's just that they're so engulfed in it and engulfed in living through trauma experiences that it's like everything is a trauma response. It's like, do you want a kid, a 12th kid, a 13th, 14th kid, because you really need that kid and you want to nurture that kid and bring them into this world? Or does some part of you, and now maybe I am speaking to you directly, Keke, like, does some part of you feel like I have to keep going? I have to have as big of a family as possible because as a kid, I felt neglected. I felt like I didn't have anybody around. I dealt with abandonment issues. I know what it's like to come home and hope that your parent is going to be there to watch after you, but they're not. Or I know what it's like to be a only child and not have siblings. So I'm going to make my family as big as fucking possible, right? Again, going back to selfish reasons because you're doing all of this for me, me, not understanding that this is a fucking human being that you are bringing into this world that is going to have their own traumas, and which is going to be inevitable, right? So now there's a potential of that kid growing up in a family where it's like, damn, I know that mommy and daddy love me, but mommy had 6 husbands before this, my daddy. You know what I mean? And then I got like 16 other siblings. And, I love mommy and daddy, but I wish, I could have my own time, and my own time being more than just one day out of the week or 1 hour out of the month. Like you understand, like it can go so many different directions. It really can. And I don't feel like people think about shit deep like this. I don't. I feel like I look at so many things that are happening on these blogs every day, and it's just like, yeah, we could kiki, yeah, we could get a good giggle, a good laugh, but at the end of the day, I think what people fail to realize, because again, we are constantly reacting with trauma or being emotionally triggered or running away from our trauma like that. A lot of this shit is escapism. That's what I'm coming to realize, is that so many reactions and choices that people make in life is either a trauma response or a form of escapism. We look at these blogs and shit and it's just like, oh, it's gossip, it's entertainment. Meanwhile, this is this person's real life. Keke is for real fucking pregnant with a kid in the double digits. You know what I'm saying? And listen, don't confuse what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying this as if to say, oh, they're going to be destitute, or they're going to be broke, or they're going to be in a poorhouse, or, this kid is going to be eating ramen noodles and hot dogs every night for like, I'm not saying they're going to be destitute and just down and out. But what I am saying is that there are definitely double standards here when it comes to men versus women. And it's clear as day between the Nick Cannon and the Keke, because I don't care. Nick got 20 women pregnant. Okay. But that, like, to me, if you really want to be honest, Nick is in a better situation than Keke, because Keke is the mother. So she has all the kids with her and her custody. They all came through her womb. They all share that one mother, right? But they're all within her custody. At least with Nick kids, even though he may not be around, they're all with their father. I mean, they're all with their mother, right? So they're all still receiving that love. And I hope I'm making sense. Nick Cannon has different homes set up with these different women who are all only children. Yeah, they step sisters and bro. Okay, but living in their households, they are still the only child. If, depending on whether or not the parent has, y'all know what the fuck I'm saying. When it comes to Nick Cannon and the kids that he has, they are all in places where they are receiving the majority of the attention, because they're not in households where they're splitting the attention with 10 other people. Whereas Keke's kids are all in one house. So I don't know. Babies are blessings, but sometimes, because this ain't even, let me shut up. I hope somebody understood the point of this goddamn video. I don't know. Maybe y'all not dragging her because she pregnant. And again, there go that trauma bonding thing, because we always want to see ourselves and somebody, and oh, don't police a woman's body and this, that, and the third. Okay, black women. Okay, biologicals. Okay. But if you ask me, I don't see a difference. And I'm going to continue till the day I die. I'm going to continue to ask the same fucking question over and over again. What about the children? What about the children? That needs to be the main concern with any and every decision made. And so often it's not. And that much is evident for both Nick Cannon and Keke. I don't know. I'm just here to give y'all a different perspective. And if you hated this opinion, guess what, baby? There's a lot more where that came from. So make sure that y'all hoes subscribe, okay? And comment down below with your opinion as if I give a fuck, okay? And make sure that you follow me and stream my music as if you give a fuck, okay? I love each and every one of y'all in HD, boo. I hope that y'all bitches enjoyed this shit. Child, let's take it to the outro with my bops, okay? Bye-bye now.
I do what I want, cause who gon' touch me? I get to the green cause I'm all about money. I'm looking like cash, you looking like cash. I'm